What is going on, SML? We have the first official SML countdown mock draft for Madden 27. Game came out about 7 hours ago, and we've already got our first mock ready to go. Uh, AJ Straw, I guess we'll just do this the same way we did the other one, where we just go ahead and alternate picks. Um, if you want, AJ, you want to start one, Straw, you go two, and I'll go three, and
Sure.
then hopefully that'll put us where we don't go over each other, but we'll find out. All right, so AJ, you got Prime on the clock. We've seen Bears, we've seen Raiders, we've seen Colts, we've seen him change his Discord logo to a bunch of Jets. Where do you think Prime goes to start this draft off?
Um, I don't think he's going Raiders. I think him saying that so early is the biggest deterrent of him going Raiders. I think that's he's out on those. I honestly think he's going to go Colts. Um, I think you were right. I think you told me private. I think he's going to go Bears or Colts, and I don't think he's going to go back to the same division. So I'm going to say Prime's going to take the Colts.
Straw, what do you think? Is that
I
where
think, I
you would have
think,
had him going?
I think
You
people are.
know,
I think he's probably tired of people chirping about him picking a super team all last cycle too.
Yeah.
He
and he
says it
said
doesn't
it.
bother him, but I bet it does.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, he lost the Super Bowl to the Colts. I think he missed them. We heard him chirping at KP all cycle long about what are you doing with my Colts, man. I could see him going the Colts again. And he's bigged up all these other teams. It's a marketing ploy. I could see him going Colts.
Yeah, I think one thing I've noticed every time he goes to a super team, he comes back to the Colts. We saw he went. I think it was the Chiefs. We blipped immediately back to the Colts. Then he went to Colts. We blipped. He went to the Chargers. Next cycle, immediately back to the Colts. So I think this is going to be back to the Colts. And Finn says the cabinet's looking nice. Appreciate that. All right, Straw, pick two. I'm on the clock. I think it was you said that I was going to go Browns or I was going to win my next Simbardi with the Browns, which turned out to be correct. What do you think happens at pick number two?
Yeah, Bomber, you've a lot of teams that I think you genuinely like. I don't think it's smoke. I think you really like those teams. Now that you have a chance to play the game, I think some of this might change. But one of the teams that you had said that I kind of liked you choosing was the Giants. I have you picking the Giants.
Okay, I'll put it down as the Giants. I actually like the Giants. But AJ knows firsthand that front seven, especially the front four. Although now I think their best four are probably all edges. But the Giants have a fun defense, and then Arvell Reese, adding him, swapped him out for Dexter Lawrence. So I think there'll be a lot of fun. I think it's going to come down to Jackson Dart, though. They don't have a running back, which I don't know what Scatabo is going to be, but Jackson Dart with his 88 throw power might just be too much.
Yeah.
All right. So that means we have Dan at 3, and I'm on the clock. Dan at 3. I think if it falls like this, I think he does want the Jets. He keeps saying the Jets are his number one. I think all those picks make the Jets an attractive option. Prime going Colts makes him not feel like he has to jump on a super team too, like he did with the Texans. I think he can go with a team that's maybe more suited for him or what he'll enjoy more. And so I have him going to the Jets. All right. AJ, that means you have Matt up next at 4 with the Colts, Giants, and Jets off the board.
Yeah. So again, I think if this falls away, I think it'll fall. I think Matt's going to choose the Falcons. Think that team is pretty good spot on defense. It's got a really good tight end. It's got one of the best running backs, maybe the best. I don't know what the ratings look like, but I think that'd be a good fit for him, uh, team wise. And if I go where I think I might go, I think that'll kind of sway his decision too.
Yeah, I think that's one thing he wants to do is follow. He even said one of the top 3 or get an agreement with you. AJ, I think it would be great if you told him you would go Saints and then you go somewhere else. Little payback from last year.
Yeah, I'm not making any promises, but
Okay. All right, so straw for AJ's pick. He's kind of already hinted at what he may be leaning towards. What do you think he's gonna do?
Yeah. As much as I would love to send AJ somewhere else and have Matt sitting in a wide open division, I'm gonna go ahead and put AJ to the Saints.
All right, we'll give AJ the Saints. Give Matt what he wants. So that means next up will be Woods at pick 6. Woods is a tough one because I think he's leaned a couple different ways. He's talked about the Patriots. He's talked about the Bears. Really, anytime anybody brings up a team, he talks about that team. So I think the team he's really probably looking at, and I don't know if he would want to do this because it would be going back 3 out of 4 cycles in the same team, but I think it's the Eagles. He went 2 straight cycles where he was relevant. He won 2 Simbardis, one each cycle. He played in 3 one season. I just don't think after a year with the Jaguars and not even sniffing the playoffs that he wants to go through that again. And I think it's going to be the Eagles.
Yeah, I said the same thing to him. I was like, I feel like you're gonna take the Eagles, man, and he's like, you know what? I think you're right.
It's just
So it makes sense.
yeah, it was just such a tough cycle this year that I think going back to it where he won and felt good about it. I think that's what he's going to do. All right, AJ, you met him at the meetup. Raider fan, pick 7. He give you any tips on where he wants to go?
He's made a few hints in chat. I mean, I don't think he's thinking Raiders again. I mean, since he was just the Raiders,
Yeah.
as much as he'd love to run it back, I think he wants to switch things up. I'm thinking he's going to want to go to NFC personally. Um, let's slot Raider fan in at the Cardinals.
Cardinals. Okay.
I think he's licking his chops at both those running backs there. I know you could trade one, but I mean, both those guys are studs in Madden, and he's going to try to. He wants a good running back. I know how he plays. So, and they have a lot of young pieces. It's not a hard build other than QB.
Yeah, I think they're a good team. I think QB is kind of the issue again, but I think a lot of teams are pretty set at QB, so it's maybe you don't have as much competition. And like you said, you got the running backs, but he seems to be a speed guy. I haven't checked the dive ratings on any of the linebackers, but outside of that, the speed for the running back seems to be his thing.
They have a couple. They got a couple good linebackers.
Yeah.
I'm checking them out too. They're on my radar.
Okay. All right. So that means Straw, you have KP at pick 8.
Yeah. This is interesting the way the board is falling. I think if KP's looking at this, I mean, this is what I saw this and I was like, I think everyone would love if he took this team. And so the only other person who could take this team and everybody would be excited is probably Matt. I'm giving KP the Ravens.
Wow. So you think he's gonna pass on the Browns to take the Ravens? Okay, I like it. So KP takes the Ravens. AFC
Straw's
North.
blowing up our mock draft already.
Yeah, that's good. Whatever keeps Eddie from getting them. All right. So we got KP to the Ravens. That means so I've got Damon with pick 9. He's gonna want to avoid Prime. I don't know if he avoids him like completely, just ditches the AFC. I don't think he's going to go back to the division he was just in the NFC North. Man, this is a tough one here. I think he could pick. You think it's too early for the Bucks?
No, I mean,
I think he's going to take the Bucks, and he would go in a division with you and Matt, and then only one wild card left in that division, and it's going to be the Panthers anyway, so nobody cares. So
Yeah,
I think I'm going to give Damon the Bucks. I think this is a pick that comes down to he looks at the divisions and the conference, and he takes the Bucks.
I'm not mad at that. Damon, he needs to go to a division where he can just get his confidence back.
Yeah, I mean, and I feel like he avoids Dan, he avoids Prime. If everything falls QP's way, he ends up with the charge. I think it's probably looking at that division. I think he likes it. All right.
I like that division so far.
Yeah, there you go. Nice. See, and it works out for you. I mean, I think everybody in that division would be happy except for maybe whoever the Panthers is. Um,
Agreed.
but they might not even care about. I mean, I could see that being like a Finns or something or Fig or I don't know somebody down there that just wants a good division. All
Yep.
right, so that means AJ, you're up with Meats, and this is the one where everybody above and below wants to know where he's going. What do you think Meats is going to do?
Meats is the exact type of guy to take the freaking Lions.
Yes,
Meats
he
is
is.
going to go with 98 speed, Jameer Gibbs, or whatever stupid speed rating he has.
Yeah,
He doesn't
him and Williams both 98.
he has no shame. He's gonna take the Lions. They're a fun team. They are. He's not gonna give a rip about pressure because he don't care. He just gonna take the team he wants to take.
Okay, so Meats to the Lions. That leaves that division some good teams that you have to choose to be in Meats division though if you pick them. All right, so that means next up we have DW Straw. Where do you have DW going? Browns
So
are on the board.
yep, I left the Browns for D-Dub, man. He gets to get his team after being inducted. Great spot for D-Dub.
Yeah, that'd be a, a good off season for him. Gets in the Hall of Fame and then gets the Browns for the next cycle. All right, that means I get Tug, and I said this on Torque's Table Talk this morning. I think Tug getting the Rams, it's his favorite team. I think he takes the Rams, and they're probably one of the top teams in the game for one season. We'll see after that with the contracts and the age. But if they bring in Aaron Donald and that gets updated before we start, that team looks really good. And so I think he takes the Rams. I think it would be tough to pass on them, especially if they get Aaron Donald, because you figure as a Rams fan, that's probably your favorite player. Because I don't know if he's old enough for Eric Dickerson or Marshall Falk maybe, but
Yeah.
Aaron Donald, the most recent, you get him back. Tough to pass on that. It's almost like you're playing mud at that point.
And if they put him back in, they're making Aaron Donald 99.
Yeah, he's
Like,
absolutely going to be the most overrated player in the game. He could sit out for the next 10 seasons, come back, he's going to be a 99 with edge thread, inside stuff, and some new one they made up like they did for Saquon. All right, so that means I did Tug, and AJ, that means you have Straw, so it did work out. We don't pick our own. Where do you have Straw going? Don't jinx him, because I think we gave him the Bengals last year. He took the Bengals and had a down cycle. So
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't think he goes opposite conference. I don't. I think since he was in the AFC, um, probably doesn't want to join back with you, Bomber. Um, I could see him actually going NFC North, even though Meats is there. Um, uh, if I were Straw, I'd pick the Bears here. I mean, I'd be ecstatic if they were still there at this pick. So I think the Bears would be a good fit for him too.
okay, we'll give him the Bears. Straw, any thoughts on that?
I like that actually. I have no idea where I'd pick if this fell. The Bears would be a good spot.
Are you just holding out hope the Eagles fall? Or are you,
Oh yeah, yeah. If I could get
yeah,
the Eagles, I love that.
even with Jalen Hurts in his
Oh yeah, I
85
actually
or
think
whatever
there's
it
a
is
chance
throw?
because that team is not what it was.
No, they're a little older and all the same guys. All right, what do you have Tiny doing then?
I I want to see Tiny go the Titans. I want to see Tiny Titans.
Okay.
I don't think that's where he probably would actually go or wants to go because the Titans, they're the Titans. But that's where I want to see Tiny go.
I could see it. I mean, I
He
don't think
said
he
it
would
just
go.
as recently as today that he'd go Titans.
Tiny says a lot of stuff. I don't know how
Yeah,
much you
I don't
believe,
know about those.
but I mean the Titans. We've seen other people talk about. Oh, I like the Titans. I want the Titans. You got Cam Ward. You got Carnell Tate. There's some stuff there that you can.
Work
I
with.
guess if you're a
The only
Titans fan,
reason I don't believe that he would really take the Titans because he played, he played pretty decent. He was pretty competitive last
yeah,
cycle, and there's good teams on the board for him to maybe even take another step. And as much as he loves the Titans during in the NFL during the season, I don't know if he has the same faith in them in Madden.
yeah. I mean, maybe I don't know which team. I would think maybe he'd go the AFC West. You could go AFC West, take the Chargers, and
Yep.
steal them from QP, and now You don't have to worry about QP coming into the AFC West. You maybe have a shot. I don't know, but I like the Titans. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt and say that he might actually take them. And so that means I'm up for MMX. MMX has said he's taking the Texans. I even talked about this on the thing with Torque this morning, that I don't know how MMX and Stavo's relationship is, because they just played in a division, and MMX has said he's going to take the Texans just to block Stavo. If you don't like Stavo, I think the worst thing you could do for him is let the Texans fall to him, because then he's got to make that decision, and he's either going to jump in a division with Prime, or he's going to run somewhere else, and everybody's going to call him on it. I think MMX leaves the Texans. I think a lot of people want to see Stavo have to make that choice. So I think MMX, he's a guy that really liked to run the ball. He ran the ball a lot. I think he'd go Chiefs. He's a Chiefs fan too. So with them being on the board, I think there's no way he tries to block Stavo when he has a chance for Kenneth Walker, the Chiefs. It just kind of all lines up for MMX. All right, AJ. NYT on the board. Titans are gone. Where do you think he's going to go?
Tough one here. Titans are gone. I think he's looking at division. And right now, AFC West looking pretty tempting.
Yeah.
I think he'd take the Raiders. I think a guy like Thornton would definitely pique his interest. Obviously, you got Bowers and you got Genty there and some other pieces. So I think that'd be a good spot for NYT.
Yeah, I like that. I think you're dead on with him picking division.
I mean, he said it openly. I'm not even trying to slight the guy. Like that's what he's looking to do. So
yeah, I almost wonder if he would then reach out to like Soda, Stavo, Eddie, and see if either of them would take the Chargers to block
get
QP from
QP out
going
of
there.
there.
Yeah. All right, so that means Straw, you're up. Soda's on the board. Where do you think he's gonna go?
I think if it fell like this, I had him at one team, but I'm not gonna put him there because I don't think he wants to go into that division. So I actually I see Soda taking loves his running backs though.
Yeah.
I
I was gonna say he has said Saints or Packers. I don't know how true either of those are, but
I almost feel like if it fell like this, I could see him going the Broncos.
Broncos. Okay.
I could see him going the Broncos. Soda, he typically has a good defenses. Tug was able to create a monster running game with them. And that's like I think Soda would kind of look at that division and be like, oh yeah, I could dominate this.
Yeah, the division so far. I mean, if he takes that, the only issue he's gonna have is if QP takes the Chargers.
Yeah, and the next every other season will compete.
Yeah. All right, so that means I've got Stavo and I've got the Texans on the board. I really don't think he takes the Texans. I just don't. I mean, he's going to have a division with Prime. He's going to have a conference that is going to have Dan, Prime, KP, Soda. I don't know that he's worried about Soda, but Dan, Prime, KP, probably QP. You know what? I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. There's no way he chickens out after everybody's called him out.
He's doubled down to this point. If he didn't do it at this point, then he shouldn't even come back and chat.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to give it to him. Stavo to the Texans. So that means AJ, you're up. Eddie here. Ravens off the board. Chargers. Eddie's the only thing standing between QP and the Chargers. Who do you have Eddie taking?
Eddie. Eddie likes a mobile quarterback. I know that. I don't think I think the Patriots would be tempting for him, but I don't think he'd go back to the same division. I could be wrong. Um, uh, Commanders.
Commanders, okay.
That's where I had
Get,
him.
get Jaden Daniels. You got some good young guys there now. It's not as it's a sexier team than it was last cycle. He's got the quarterback he wants to play the way he wants. I think that'd be a good spot for him.
I actually was gonna say Seattle with Milrow, just because he's a
Mm,
Giants fan and
I forgot about
would
Milrow.
normally. But
that's a good one.
yeah, I could see Jaden Daniels. He's already got the superstar, so you don't have to worry about developing him. Milrow is gonna be a year older with more to go. All right. Who do you have QP going? The Chargers are there. Does he take a division with MMX, MYT, and Soda with QP up?
The MMX division would be.
I think Soda was texting, was hitting up Stavo. He was hitting up Eddie. He was trying to see if either one of them would take the Chargers. Neither of them did, and QP swings right in there, and he takes the Chargers.
Yeah, I mean, he said that that's his team. You know, whether they're good or bad, we'll see if he means it.
Yep.
They're pretty nice this cycle, though. At
They're not
least it
bad.
looks
They do have some nice young pieces. The two rookie receivers are ridiculous. But they're not there's no set feet lead anymore, no pass lead elite. So we'll see what he does. But yeah, I think if it falls like that, he does that. So that leaves Dump next. I talked to Dump earlier when he was streaming, and he was talking about hopefully the Bucks or the Commanders fall to me, and they get picked 2 picks before him. I don't know. This one's tough. I think this might be the year he would go back to the Steelers. He's a Steelers fan. And really, I mean, there's some decent teams, but he's already been in the NFC North. He was the Bears. I feel like he's been the Bears every year lately. But he's been the Bears. He's been the Cardinals. So he's been in the NFC West. He's been the Jaguars before. So I think I'm going to give him the Steelers. I think this is the year he goes back to the Steelers.
Yeah, I like that.
I think seeing DW and KP in there too is promising. I mean, I think he'll enjoy that division, most likely, depending who gets the Bengals. But I think that's the way it's going to go there. All right. That means now, AJ, you get your buddy ZBD.
If this falls like this, ZBD's going Pats.
Yeah, I don't think there's any
Him
choice.
and Dan are going to exchange tips all season long, all cycle long, and DMs.
Yep, Dan will give him tons of pointers.
Yep.
Most of the ones that help him beat him, but yeah, that to me, this is the ideal setup for ZBD. He wants the Patriots. I think the first draft he was in Primer, he sent me his picks, and I couldn't believe he took the Patriots at I want to say it was 8 or something. It was some ridiculously high pick. And he was like, Patriots. Like, okay. They were not the Patriots you see now. They were the very bad Patriots. But so he's diehard Patriots, like Prime used to be for the Colts. So, all right, let's see. That means Straw, you're up with Fig. Fig just lost the Patriots right before him.
Yeah.
He was already upset when he saw the draft order and saw ZBD was there because he wasn't going to get the Patriots, and that's exactly what happened. Who do you think Fig takes?
So when I see Fig, the first thing I look for is who's the fastest person on the board.
Yeah.
So I think I got to give him the Packers. Is it Christian Watson? I think that's where
I think the fastest it would be Brian Thomas Jr.
With
Jacksonville.
the Jags.
I think he's 97. Watson's 96. Looking at the board, Jamar Chase is probably 96, 90. I think he's 96.
He might be 95, 96, somewhere around there.
Achan in Miami, but he ain't gonna take that.
Yeah, I don't think he's. I think he likes the fast receivers, and everybody else is a plus.
Yeah, I would probably Watson. Watson, they have more than just Watson. They have Watson and Golden. So
and Golden.
So they've got 2.
Big to the Packers. Big to the Packers.
All right, we'll give them the Packers. Yeah, I mean that's everybody knows that with Fig. You're gonna see who's the fastest guy out there. Um, so that means Trick's up. Trick's a Raider fan. Raiders are gone. He's already been in the Jets. So that was the AFC East. I don't think he wants either of those teams. I feel like Trick is a guy that likes a bit of a mobile quarterback too. Um, I don't know which division though. I think he would go with, and he liked that 99 throw power guy too, but it would put him back in the AFC East with Josh Allen.
I think he'd go Seahawks personally.
That's what I was thinking with Seahawks. I think Milroe has enough of an arm at 90. I think it's 93 or 92. And it does get him out of the AFC East again. So, yeah, I'm going to go with that. Let's go with him, the Seahawks.
That's not a bad decision.
What a stellar team to get at that pick, too.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
you can't, getting the Seahawks all the way down there is not bad at all. I mean, everybody in that next tier right here is upset that the Seahawks went there because you couldn't possibly have expected them to fall. All right, so that means AJ, you're up with not nice.
Yeah,
It looks
this-
like the
this is easy.
Cowboys are left, and
Yeah.
that's the only team that doesn't have a first round pick left. Which
well, he's a Cowboys fan, is he not? I think he goes
is in
Cowboys.
fact a Cowboys fan.
Yeah, I mean, this is perfect for him too. I think he goes Cowboys. I could see them falling this far too. I don't
he's
even know if they're
jumping-
considered falling. They're kind of a weird team.
Yeah. Yeah, somehow I like them and don't like them at the same time.
Yeah.
Because it's the Cowboys.
Yeah, I like Downs. And after that, it's like, well, I can live with the rest, but I don't like it. So that means Steele's up. Steelers fan. Steelers are gone. What do you think he's gonna do? He had the Rams last year, and he took the Texans. The time in primary, he got the draft. He took the Texans.
It felt like this. I mean, I would love to see Steele with the Bengals, but as a Steelers fan, I don't know if he would want to do that.
Yeah.
I'm really between the Jags and the Bills.
That's
I mean,
the
I
two
think
I was
those
looking at. Yeah.
and it's pick your poison. Do you want to play Prime
Yeah.
Gustavo, or do you want to play Dan?
Yep.
I think maybe he still doesn't back down. I don't know which one he likes better between the Bills and Jaguars. I think he'd actually take the team he likes better, but I'm gonna give him the Jags.
That's the one I would have picked. Yep. I feel like there's more there to build with.
And Stavo. That'd be a heck of a division.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah, that's a crazy division. Tiny is not
Tiny would
happy.
immediately regret that Titans pick.
Oh my god!
This mock draft on its own may cause Tiny to not take the
He'd
Titans.
be gone after season 6 again. Wouldn't he?
Yeah, he'd be done. All those all that thinking about making the playoffs just ended.
All because he wanted his team. Oh man!
All right, so that means I've got Torque. Torque's one that I think would want a division. I could see him taking the Panthers, but I think with the Bengals on the board, man, but he just played in the AFC North, but that Bengals team is so good. I think he might go Bills. That's a decent division there too.
Good team too.
Yeah, and that if the teams weren't so close, Bengals and Bills, I would have given him the Bengals, but I think because the Bills different division than he just played in, I think I'd lean the Bills. All right. Doink picking next. We've got the Panthers, the 49ers, the Bengals, the Dolphins, and the Vikings. Where do you have him going, AJ?
I think he'd also pick division at this point. I mean, none of the teams left are super appealing, other than the Bengals. I think he'd prefer to play in the NFC North over that division, though. So, I mean, slot him in at the Vikings, which is his team.
Yeah.
There's not going to be many options this late, and they're probably going to be a definite possibility. So.
Yeah, and he does have some type of connection to the Vikings. I know he's a Pats fan, but also somehow Vikings. So I could see it. I could see him. You know, you're down this far. Maybe you reach for the Vikings there. All right, Straw. Who do you have Finn's taking?
Who's Finn's favorite team?
Miami Dolphins.
There we go then. I'll slot him right into the Dolphins.
All right.
Dolphins. Come on, Straw.
Funny enough, Finn's does not stand for Dolphins. That's for his last name.
Really?
That's
heck?
funny. He was meant to be a
Yeah.
Dolphins fan.
What's his name? Like Finley or something?
I think it's something like that. Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense.
All right. So I got
Wow.
8-1. 8-1. Super excited that he doesn't
Yes.
have the Vikings. I think he takes the Bengals. He said he wanted a northern team without a dome. The only one I think that fits that, maybe 49ers. They're the only one further north than the Panthers, but I think it's going to be the Bengals. He gets his northern team with a dome. Unfortunately, me and Straw are both familiar with the fact that he's not going to get many snow games. It's going to be rain because for some
Yeah.
reason, every other game was rain. But I think he takes the Bengals.
I think he's real happy about that too. I mean, that's crazy they fall that far to him.
Oh, yeah, you can't be upset getting the Bengals with 3 teams on the board. So that means, AJ, you're up essentially the last pick of the draft. Panthers or 49ers for Filthy?
I think he takes the younger team here and takes the Panthers.
Yeah.
I feel like the Niners. I mean, the Niners are great out the box, other than Purdy. But I mean, you're gonna have cap issues. You're gonna have the age issue. I mean, it's a rebuild after like season 2.
Yeah, that means Slice gets the 49ers. I think the funny thing is Filthy comes in. He's probably one of the bigger gunslingers. Just likes to chuck the ball around, and his 2 picks at the end are between an 85 and an 87 throw power quarterback.
Yep.
But yeah, I think the Panthers with their guys, they had was it Brazil, I think, is the receiver they drafted, who's like a fast guy. I want to say 93 speed, but like 6'4". And they got Tet McMillan. They got some pieces there for the Panthers. I think 49ers, you have some pieces, but they're gone by season 3. So
Yep.
All right. Then that's going to be our mock draft.
Did it.
Really, I'm surprised we picked Stavo, Tiny, and Steele all to have other options, and they took the teams in Prime's division. We'll see if it falls that way. That rarely seems to happen, but we did see it last year with Damon going and taking the Packers and immediately regretting it and needing counseling this offseason. So much so that he takes the Bucks early in this draft. So we'll see what happens. But I think it'll be fun. And don't forget, Torque has a mock draft challenge, $25. And I think he said he's going to update it live during the mock draft so everybody can see the progress. Probably have guys taking teams to help them maybe up their standing in that if they're down at the end. But we'll see what happens. That's in general content, though. You guys can sign up for that. Thanks for being on, guys. Thanks for struggling through this technical difficulties we had, but we'll get this uploaded and everybody can see the last 28 picks. All right. Thanks for watching, guys.